but your heart's a world away. We don't speak like we used to, just pretend that we're okay. The warmth has turned to shadows, the silence starts to bite. We're touching but it's hollow, two strangers in the night. I still smell your skin on the air, but it feels like you're not there. There are ghosts in our sheets, whispers we don't say out loud, echoes of the love we lost, still dancing through the doubt. You hold me like a habit, I kiss you like a lie. We're haunted by the pieces of a flame we let die. No more dreams, no more heat, just ghosts in our sheets. You used to call me home, now it sounds like just a name. I trace the curve of your shoulder, but nothing feels the same. The laughter's faded, gone thin, like perfume that's worn away. I lie awake remembering the things we used to say, and every night it's just a show, two hearts pretending not to know. There are ghosts in our sheets, footsteps we can't chase down, shadows in between the breaths that never made a sound. We're sleeping with the past, trying not to feel the cold, but love that goes unspoken still finds a way to hold. No more fire, no heartbeat, just ghosts in our sheets. We never said the words, but silence told the truth. Now we're wrapped in faded comfort, with no room for something new. And every time we close our eyes, we dream of who we used to be, but we wake up in a memory. There are ghosts in our sheets, between the wrinkles and the sighs. They touch us like reminders of the love we let go dry. We're close, but it's not closeness, just pretending not to see that this bed ain't made for lovers, just a grave for you and me. No more words, just retreat, with ghosts in our sheets. So I lie here, barely breathing, with the love that's quietly leaving, haunted and incomplete. You don't have to say a word, I can feel it when you're near. Your silence speaks in rhythm, and it's all I need to hear. The way your eyes undress my soul, like you've known me all along. You hold me without touching, still I'm where I belong. You don't just love me, you live inside my skin. Every look, a whisper that pulls me deeper in. It's the way you breathe me in, like I'm oxygen to sin, like your lungs have longed for me. like you need me just to be. Every kiss a quiet storm, every touch it keeps me warm. I lose myself again and again in the way you breathe me in. You trace me like a melody, no rush, just harmony. You don't take, you don't chase, you just feel your way through me. And I melt like candlelight when you say my name at night. You're the air, I'm the flame, and together we ignite. I'm not just yours, I'm part of your design. You pull me close, like I was always mine. It's the way you breathe me in, like I'm fire on your skin, like I'm the reason for the calm and the chaos held within. You don't even have to try, you just know the reasons why. I fall every time we begin with the way you breathe me in. No maps, no words, no plans, just your heart in my hands. And when the world spins too fast, you still make the moment last. It's the way you breathe me in, like a prayer beneath your grin, like your soul just found its home in the rhythm of my bones. If this is how forever feels, then I'll never need to heal, 'cause I live and I love from within, in the way you breathe me in. We were just two hearts in the quiet, trying to find where we belong. But in your eyes I saw a riot, a galaxy wrapped in a song. You reached for me with gentle hands, like you already knew the plan. And when our palms touched in the dark, the sky lit up like sparks. We didn't need a map or signs, the stars had drawn our lines. And every breath we dared to take felt like the whole world wide awake. There were stars between our fingers, like the night had come to stay. Every touch a constellation, burning all the fear away. No gravity could pull us under, we were floating in the wonder. You and I, just dreamers, with stars between our fingers. We never spoke of forever, but it echoed through our skin, like the universe remembered every place that we had been. You held me like a promise kept, and I fell with every step. Even silence felt like grace when I saw the stars on your face. They try to say love fades with time, but with stars between our fingers, lighting paths we couldn't see. Every moment burned like fire, but it felt like flying free. No fear, no need to wonder. We were lost, but lost together. You and I, just believers, with stars between our fingers. And maybe someday we'll look back from separate skies on separate tracks, but I'll still feel your hand in mine when I reach for the divine. There'll be stars between our fingers, even when the night is gone. Love like this, it doesn't vanish, it just finds a brighter dawn. So if you ever feel the shimmer, know I'm there, soft and tender. You and I, forever dreamers, with stars between our fingers. I wrote your name 1,000 times in the corners of my mind, poured my heart out in blue ink on pages you had never read. Every word I couldn't say found a home in paper grays, tucked between the yesterdays and dreams that slipped away. These are the letters I never sent, words I whispered but never meant to hide away, to let them die. But I was scared to even try. Each line a truth I can't erase, folded up and locked away. You'll never know what you meant in the letters I never sent. I told you everything and more, but only when I closed the door. You were the silence in my song, the right I buried in the wrong. I kept my feelings safe and small, afraid you wouldn't catch the fall. Now you're gone and I pretend I'm fine without the end. These are the letters I never sent, stories of what we could have been. I loved you loud behind the scenes, in broken prose and in between. Each line a chance I didn't take, now they haunt the love I fake. You'll never know what you meant in the letters I never sent. Have changed a thing if you had read just one? Would you have run to me, or still have run? So here's to the letters I never sent, all my might have beens and laments, a lifetime written in pretend, a story with no end. Still I keep them close, my only defense. These pieces of you I still protect. You'll never know what you meant in the letters I never sent. walked in like a sunrise, soft light in your eyes. Every word you didn't say still made my heart sway. You reached for my hand so slow, like you already knew my soul. And in the quiet of that moment, I let my walls unfold. Now every inch of me feels like poetry. You turned my scars to art, brushed your love across my heart. Now I'm painted in kisses, stained with your touch. Every color you give me feels like too much. You trace me like canvas with hands that don't miss. I've never looked brighter than painted in your kiss. You don't need a masterpiece, you just see the real in me. Even the broken lines somehow feel divine. You color outside the rules, break me gently, bend the truth. And I swear the way you love turns black and white to blues. You don't say a word, still you rewrite my world. Every breath a brushstroke bold, and I lose all control. Now I'm painted in kisses, stained with your touch. Every color you give me feels like too much. You trace me like canvas with hands that don't miss. I've never looked brighter than painted in your kiss. You draw me close, a masterpiece in motion. Every kiss, a love-slicked ocean. You're the artist, I'm the frame, signed in passion, sealed in flame. I'm painted in kisses, no need to speak. Your love covers every corner of me. You made me your canvas, and I live in this bliss forever remembered. Painted in your kiss. Oh, painted in your kiss. There's a hush in the room, just the moonlight and you. No words to explain how the quiet feels true. Every breath that you take pulls me into the space where I hear what you don't say. It echoes in the stillness, and I never thought love could sound like nothing at all. But the way you look at me says everything and more. I hear your name in the silence, like a whisper in the wind. Soft and slow it calls me home from somewhere deep within. No need for loud goodbyes, no need to justify. When I close my eyes tonight, I hear your name in the silence. You speak with
your hands, with your smile, with your eyes. And I memorize every unspoken line, like a song with no rhyme. Still you stay on my mind, and in the hush of the night, you're louder than the stars. In a world full of noise and sound, you're the calm I crave. And in the spaces in between, I hear you all the same. I hear your name in the silence, like a secret meant for me, carried in the quiet air, as soft as memories. No need to shout or cry. Love speaks when hearts align, and when the dark steals all the light, I hear your name in the silence. No echo, no refrain, just the rhythm of your name, beating gently in my chest, even when you're far away. I hear your name in the silence, like a prayer I never spoke. You fill the spaces in my soul that I didn't even know were broke. Even if time unwinds, you live in every quiet line. So when the world fades to white, I hear your name in the silence.
The world falls quiet, stars appear. I feel your heartbeat when you're near. A gentle breeze, your hand in mine. Time slows down beneath the pines. Every shadow, every sigh feels like magic passing by. In your eyes I see the night, painted gold and silver light. Whispers in the moonlight, soft and slow, just you and I, speaking words we'll never say. With every touch we drift away, no need for daylight. Love is shining through the sky, we're just whispers in the moonlight. You and I, you and I. You and I. The stars lean in to watch us dance. The night gives us a second chance. Your voice is like a lullaby that wraps around my sleepless sky. Every heartbeat, every breath pulls me closer, no regrets. In your arms the world feels right, crashing waves and calmest tides. Whispers in the moonlight, Whispers in the moonlight, soft and slow, just you and I. Let the night forever stay. In our hearts we'll never stray. No need for daylight. This love was always meant to fly. We're just whispers in the moonlight. You and I. You and I. You and I. I remember when we first met. The world was spinning but I could forget all the chaos that surrounded me. 'Cause in your eyes I found what's real. Every laugh, every tear. We've been through it all year after year. And no matter where we go, where we've been, I know that I'll always choose you again. With you I've found my home. I'll never feel alone. You and me forever, through thick and thin. Through every storm, we'll always win. No matter how the world may change, I'll hold your hand through every stage. For all the years, for all the time, you'll always be the one I'll find. In every heartbeat, in every prayer. You and me forever, always there. We've built a love that can't be broken, even when the words are left unspoken. You're the song I always sing, the joy in every little thing. Through every high, through every low, I'll walk with you wherever we go. We've built this life, we've made it ours. Together we've found the brightest stars. With you I'm never far, 'cause you're my shining star. You and me forever, through thick and thin. Through every storm, we'll always win. No matter how the world may change, I'll hold your hand through every stage. For all the years, for all the time, you'll always be the one I'll find. In every heartbeat, in every prayer. You and me forever, always there. And when we're old, with silver hair, we'll still remember this love we share. I'll look at you, you'll look at me, and know we've lived a love so free. You and me forever, through thick and thin. Through every storm, we'll always win. No matter how the world may change, I'll hold your hand through every stage. For all the years, for all the time, you'll always be the one I'll find. In every heartbeat, in every prayer. You and me forever, always there. You and me forever, always here. Forever and ever, my love so clear.
You pull me in like the moon on the tide. Even when we're worlds apart, I feel you in the silence, in the orbit of my heart. We We don't play by the same old rules. You bend the sky when you move. I float in the thought of you, like weightless truth. Time moves strange when you're not near, but love still echoes through the atmosphere. We've got love in a different gravity, spinning in a place only we can see. Not tied down by space or time. You're still mine beyond the lines. You pull me higher with every glance, even when we don't stand a chance. What we have breaks reality. This is love in a different gravity. I watch the stars and think of you like you're stitched into the sky. You're not here, but somehow you never really said goodbye. We're tethered by a thread unseen, you and your world made in between. But love don't need to touch the ground to be profound. I speak your name into the dark, and still it finds your heart. We've got love in a different gravity, drifting in some cosmic symphony. No up or down, just you and me, weightless in this mystery. Even when you're far away, the pull of you don't fade. We bend the rules of destiny. This is love in a different gravity. And maybe the world won't understand how we still reach with open hands, but I feel your soul across the space, like we're touching in a different place. Love in a different gravity, where nothing holds yet everything's free. We're stars that choose to collide, even when the laws defy. So don't tell me this ain't real, just because we don't feel like others do so naturally. Ours is love in a different gravity. So when you fall back to me. We've always had love in a different gravity.
We built our dreams on shifting sand, reached for stars with trembling hands. You spoke in waves, I talked in flame, but love was real all the same. We stood at the edge, afraid to fall, too far to fly, too close to call. I touched your soul, then slipped right in, but we're drowning in oceans we can't swim. These are oceans we can't swim. Tides too strong, hearts too thin. We keep holding on, but lose our breath, caught in the pull of what's left unsaid. You're close enough to feel like home, but far enough to feel alone. We dive in deep, then sink within these oceans we can't swim. You loved me in your quiet way, like sunlight loves a rainy day. I gave you storms you couldn't chase, These are oceans we can't swim, currents stronger than we've ever been, words like anchors pulling slow, and we don't know where the shoreline goes. You're the rhythm in my chest, but we keep drowning nonetheless. We dive in deep, then sink within these oceans we can't swim. Maybe love was never land. Maybe we were made to drift, but I would have learned to breathe for you if you had only asked me to. But these are oceans we can't swim, and we're just ghosts within the wind. You were fire, I was rain. We only knew how to love in pain. Still I'd do it all again, just to feel you once, and then fall back into oceans we can't swim. We were never meant to win, just to laugh in the oceans.
We were fire with no fear, running wild through midnight skies. You and me, no atmosphere, just a spark behind our eyes. We burn too bright to last, but we never touch the brakes. Falling fast, hearts made of glass, and nothing left we wouldn't break. We knew it couldn't stay forever, but we held on like we could. Love never asked permission, and it never ends like it should. We were crashing into stardust, hearts like meteors in flight, kissing in the chaos, loving wrong but feeling right. We lit the sky for just one breath, then disappeared into the depth. No goodbye, no time to adjust, just crashing into stardust. You tasted like the universe, infinite and hard to hold. Every word a little curse, every touch was pure and bold. We didn't care where we would land, we only knew how high we'd go. You held my soul with reckless hands and let it fall so slow. I still feel the supernova when I close my eyes at night. You and I, we burn like soldiers, marching straight into the light. We were crashing into stardust, two lost hearts, no parachutes, screaming through the silence. No map, no path, no truth. We carved our names into the sky, then vanished in a single cry. No second chances, no earned trust, just crashing into stars. And maybe that's all we were meant to be, a burst of light, a memory, not a story with a quiet end, but a moment we'll never live again. We were crashing into stardust, like comets bound to break, but in the wreckage of our love, I still feel every quake. We lit the sky for just one breath, then disappeared into the depth. No regrets, just cosmic dust, crashing into stars dust. love ends, but some becomes stardust. I watched you fall for someone else, smiling like I wished you would with me. You never knew the way I felt. I hid it where no one could see. Every word I never spoke built a wall I couldn't break. I held my breath through every joke, pretending I was never awake. And I was there in every crowd, but I never said it out loud. I loved you in silence, in the quiet between the lines, in every glance that lingered, in every almost sign. You never knew the weight I carried, or the dreams I had to bury. No grand confession, no defiance, just the ache of loving you in silence. You talked to me about your fears, and I held every word like gold. You cried and I dried your tears, wishing you'd reach for me to hold. But I stayed in my place, just a friend nevermore, while love bloomed behind my face and died behind my door. You never saw the fire burn, only the way I never turned. I loved you in silence, in the corners of my mind, in every breath I never took, when I wanted you to be mine. You never knew the songs I played, or the nights I begged you'd stay. No spotlight, no defiance, just the quiet truth of love in silence. Maybe in another life I'd say your name like a prayer, but in this one I watched you pass me by, and I just stood there. I loved you in silence, like the stars love the sky, always near but never touched, always there just out of sight. You'll never know the words unsaid, the way I broke and bled. No stories told, no sweet alliance, just a soul that loved you in silence. So if you ever wonder why I stayed, I loved you in silence, and that was enough for me. At least that's what I believed. We lit the match with shaking hands, built a fire we couldn't stand, kissed like we were made of stars, but burned each other with our scars. Every I love you came too fast, like a flame that couldn't last. Now all that's left is smoke and space, where once we burned in soft embrace. I still feel the heat sometimes, in the
corners of my mind. But it's not love, it's not connection, just the ashes of affection. I still feel the heat sometimes in the corners of my mind. But it's not love, it's not connection, just the ashes of affection. Ashes of affection scattered on the floor. We said forever, but we don't say it anymore. We loved like fire, wild and wrong. Now I'm choking on a ghost too strong. You were my spark, my worst obsession. Now I'm left with ashes of affection. We danced in rooms we couldn't fill, held on long after the thrill. You turned quiet, I turned cold, trying to hold what wouldn't hold. And in the silence we collapsed, hearts too tired to turn back. But even now I taste your name in the smoke of yesterday. It wasn't hate, it wasn't hate, just love that couldn't navigate. No goodbye, no real direction, only ashes of affection. Ashes of affection falling through my hands. We built a love too fragile to ever really stand. We burned bright, then we broke. Now all that lingers is the smoke. You were my spark, my misdirection. Now I'm breathing in ashes of affection. And maybe in another time we'd learn to love without the fire. But we were flames with borrowed names. Now we're shadows lost in quiet blame. Ashes of affection, where something once stood true. I still ache in empty spaces carved out by me and you. We love like fire, fast and blind. Now we're nothing but a smoking sign. You were my warmth, my worst reflection. Now I'm lost in ashes of affection. No sparks left, no resurrection, just the quiet ash of a burned out connection. You used to leave me daisies on the windowsill each spring, a note tucked in the petals, like your heart was whispering. Now the vase is dry and dusty, and the light don't hit the same. But I still keep it on the table, like it's holding on to your name. We were beautiful, once in bloom, but love needs water too. We're just forgotten flowers, wilting on the vine, left out in silence while the seasons passed us by. You held me like a promise, then let go without a sound. Now I'm standing in the garden of what we let fall down. Love was ours for hours, now we're just forgotten flowers. We used to talk for hours, now the air just feels too thin. We're strangers in a garden we forgot to tend within. I replay all the moments where we
could have changed the end, but hearts break slow and quiet when no one dares to bend. I still feel the sun we knew, but it don't reach me like it used to. We're just forgotten flowers, wilting on the vine, left out in the silence while the seasons passed us by. You held me like a promise and let go without a sound. Now I'm standing in the garden of what we let fall down. Love was ours for hours, now we're just forgotten flowers. Could have pulled the weeds, could have found the rain, but we let the roots grow weak underneath the pain. Now we're petals in the wind, scattered by the truth. I still bloom for you, but do you bloom for me too? We're just forgotten flowers in a field of almost faded by the daylight, haunted by the ghost. You kissed me like a sunrise, then left me in the dusk. Now the love we swore would tower is just dust and broken trust. Once a wild garden, now turned sour. We're only forgotten flowers. We're only forgotten flowers. Still I leave one on the sill each May, in case you find your way. You don't slam the door, you don't scream or cry. You just fade like twilight, slipping out of the sky. No packed bags or sad goodbyes, just colder coffee and distant eyes. You're still here, but not with me. That's the quiet kind of tragedy. And I keep talking to the air, pretending you're still there. But I know what silence means. No one hears you leave, not when love dies quietly. You just drift like smoke in the dark. No thunder, no shattered hearts, just a space where you used to be, and a ghost that looks like me. The loudest pain, the hardest grief is when no one hears you leave. I still hear your footsteps in the rhythm of the floor, but they're echoes of a love that doesn't live here anymore. You smiled less, you touched less too, and I stopped asking, afraid of the truth. We said I love you out of habit, but it felt more like static. Now I'm staring at your shadow, wondering when you let go. But I never saw the moment break. No one hears you leave, not when love dies quietly. You just drift like smoke in the dark. No thunder, no shattered hearts, just a space where you used to be, and a ghost that looks like me. The loudest pain, the hardest grief is when no one hears you leave. I wish you'd slammed the door, thrown your keys, said you're done. At least I'd know the moment when our forever came undone. But you left like a whisper, and I'm drowning in the hush, hush. No one hears you leave.
It's not pouring outside, but I swear I hear the rain falling soft behind my ribs. Every drop still says your name. You're a storm I never stopped, a flood I never knew I caught. Now I walk through sunny skies with thunder rolling deep inside. You left so quiet, but I still feel the sound of everything we were crashing down. There's rain in my chest, where your heartbeat used to rest. Every breath is heavy, like the sky you never blessed. You were my shelter, now you're gone, but the storm keeps pushing on, and I carry the weight you left, like rain in my chest. I still sleep on your side, still fold the covers down, like you'll walk in any second and wash away this doubt. But the silence always wins, and the echo starts again, of your voice I can't forget, still soaked in your regrets. Your love was lightning, brief but so alive. Now it lingers like a cloud behind my eyes. There's rain in my chest, where your heartbeat used to rest. Every breath is heavy, like the sky you never blessed. You were my shelter, now you're gone, but the storm keeps pushing on, and I carry the weight you left, like rain in my chest. Maybe one day it'll clear, maybe sunlight will draw near, but for now I'm soaked in you, every tear, every truth. There's rain in my chest, and I haven't dried out yet. You're the storm I never stopped, the ache I can't forget. You were my shelter, now you're gone, but your weather still goes on, and I carry the ache you left, like rain in my chest. It's not pouring outside, but inside I'm a mess, still dancing in the quiet, with rain in my chest. We stood at the edge of forever, but neither of us knew how to let go. Words were there, but they didn't matter, so we just let the silence grow. You looked at me like you had something to say, but we both knew it was too late. So we just stood there, hearts in disguise, waiting for the end to arrive. And I thought I'd hear you say it, but it's still hanging in the air, an ending we never wrote, but somehow we both were aware. Unwritten goodbyes hanging in the night, words left behind, but the feeling's still alive. We both knew it was over, but we couldn't make it right. Just the echoes of love fading out of sight. I never got to tell you how much you meant, and now I'm left with all these words unsaid. A love that slipped away, no chance to fight, unwritten goodbyes in the quiet of the night. I still feel you in the spaces where your love used to fill the room, but now it's just a shadow, and I'm lost in the gloom. Your absence is a whisper I can't escape, like a song that doesn't play. I try to find closure, try to move on, but I keep replaying what went wrong. You should have said it, but we both stayed silent, scared that saying goodbye would break us. But maybe it was broken somewhere. Unwritten goodbyes hanging in the night, words left behind, but the feeling's still alive. We both knew it was over, but we couldn't make it right. Just the echoes of love fading out of sight. I never got to tell you how much you meant, and now I'm left with all these words unsaid. A love that slipped away, no chance to fight, unwritten goodbyes in the quiet of the night. I still wonder what you would have said if we had time to mend the thread, but the pages are blank and the story's done. Unspoken words for the love we've won. Unwritten goodbyes hanging in the night, words left behind, but the feeling's still alive. We both knew We used to talk until the sun came up. You with a cigarette, I with a cup. The smoke would swirl and dance in the night, and we'd laugh about the things we couldn't get right. But now the air's too quiet, too still, and the taste of you's gone, but the ache is real. I reach for your ghost, but it's slipping through like smoke in the breeze, just out of view. I still hear your voice in the wind, like a melody I'll never sing again. But I keep on breathing you in. These cigarette memories, they never end. Cigarette memories burning slow, like the way we loved, but we didn't know. Every drag a moment, every puff a lie. You said goodbye, but we didn't know why. I hold you close in the smoke and the haze, still lost in the glow of those smoky days. I try to let go, but you're stuck in me, like cigarette memories, like cigarette memories. Your lighter flickered like your heart, always close to burning out, falling apart. But you never let the flame die too fast. We lived in the moments we knew wouldn't last. Now the ash is cold and I'm left alone. The smoke's all gone, hear your laugh in the night, like a spark that never quite took flight. And I keep chasing the past, and these cigarette memories that never last. Cigarette memories burning slow, like the way we loved but we didn't know. Every drag a moment, every puff a lie. You said goodbye but we didn't know why. I hold you close in the smoke, in the haze, still lost in the glow of those smoky days. I try to let go but you're stuck in me, like cigarette memories. Like cigarette memories. And maybe someday I'll breathe you out. Let go of the past, let go of the doubt. But for now I'll keep you in the smoke.
The sheets still hold your scent, but the space where you used to be is cold. I reach for you in the silence, but you're no longer here to hold. The sound of your laughter's faded, like a song that's lost its tune. And I'm left with empty beds and echoes where once there was a room for two. Every corner still remembers, every light still shines your name. But the air's grown still and heavy, and I can't find my way. I'm here with empty beds and echoes, the whispers of the love we used to know. Your shadow's all that I can see, but it doesn't feel like you're with me. I still reach out in the dark, but there's no heartbeat left to start. I'm lost in the silence that follows empty beds and echoes. I used to hear your heartbeat close, now it's just the ticking clock, and all the words we left unspoken still wander in the quiet shock. I hold on to the dreams we made, but they slip like sand through my hands. Now all that's left are empty beds and echoes, and memories I can't understand. I hear the ghost of your whisper in the spaces between my sighs. But when I turn to find you, there's only shadows in my eyes. I'm here with empty beds and echoes, the whispers of the love we used to know. Your shadow's all that I can see, but it doesn't feel like you're with me. I still reach out in the dark, but there's no heartbeat left to start. I'm lost in the silence that follows empty beds and echoes. I thought we'd build a home, but now I'm sleeping all alone. The memories crash like waves, but
came in like a wildfire, turning every truth to lies. Your touch burned through my veins like a dream I couldn't tame. We danced in the heat of the moment, no rules, no reason to slow it. I knew it wasn't gonna last, but we were moving too fast. You whispered sweet like poison, a taste I couldn't deny. And in that fevered silence, I thought I'd live and die. Love was a fever burning deep, a fire that wouldn't let me sleep. It took my heart, then tore it free, a flame that left its mark on me. We were lost in a place, like the world was on fire, and we were made to burn forever in that sweet desire. Love was a fever, an endless fire. Your hands were the cure and the wound. I was a fool for the way you swooned. We played with matches in the dark, but we couldn't see the sparks. You made me believe in what's unreal. With every kiss you made me feel. But the truth is a bitter taste, and the fever's hard to erase. You left me breathless, burning slow, chasing something I couldn't know. Now every moment that we had feels like a dream gone bad. Love was a fever burning deep, a fire that wouldn't let me sleep. It took my heart, then tore it free, a flame that left its mark on me. We were lost in a place, like the world was on fire, and we were made to burn forever in that sweet desire. Love was a fever, an endless fire. Now I'm standing in the ashes, and I can't find the way back. We're just memories that crashing, like the wind pulling me off track. But I still feel the heat you left, I still feel the fever, yeah. Love was a fever burning deep, a fire that wouldn't let me sleep. It took my heart, then tore it free, a flame that left its mark on me. We were lost in a place, like the world was on fire, and we were made to burn forever in that sweet desire. Love was a fever, an endless fire. I hear your voice in the silence, like a song that never fades, a melody that lingers, but the words just slip away. We try to keep the signal clear, but the distance pulled us near. Now I'm calling through the noise, but all I hear is empty joy. We were more than just a moment, we were fire in the dark. Now I'm holding on to fragments of the love that left a spark. Now we're left in the static, where the echoes fade to blue. Your love is like a memory, I can't quite hold on to you. In the silence I'm still waiting for the signal to come through, but we're just left in the stars used to shine so bright, but now they fade in black and white. We tried to keep the picture clear, but now I'm lost inside the blur. I search for answers in the hum, but it's like the signal's gone and done. And I'm left with all these words that we never said, just unheard. We were supposed to be a story, but we turned into a line, a song that played forever and then just ran out of time. And now we're left in the static, where the echoes fade to blue. Your love is like a memory, I can't quite hold on to you. In the silence I'm still waiting for the signal to come through, but we're just left in the static, still tangled up in you. I still feel you in the static, but it's all just noise and static. I try to hear your heartbeat, but all I get is the static, and it's tearing me apart. I still love you in the dark, and now we're left in the static, where the echoes fade to blue. Your love is like a memory, I can't quite hold on to you. In the silence I'm still waiting for the signal to come through, but we're just left in the static, still tangled up in you. You walked in like summer rain, soft and slow, but you left a flame. Your smile hit me like a song that I've been humming all along. Now your touch is in my skin, like a secret sunk deep in. And even when you're not around, I still feel you pulling me down. You're the kind that never fades, sweet and wild, the kind I crave. Now I've got honey on my hands from holding you too close again. Golden love dripping slow, a taste that time won't ever know. Stuck in your sugar, can't break free. You're the sweetest part of me. No matter where I stand, I've got honey on my hands. Your laugh is in the kitchen light, your ghost is tangled in my nights. You stain my soul with something pure, now nothing else feels like before. You kiss me like you meant to stay, then left your warmth and walked away. But baby, that kind of fire don't just fade or lose desire. Every little thing you gave still lingers like your name. honey on my hands. Still feel you in the grains of sand. Golden traces, soft and white, like sun-kissed days we couldn't hide. Can't undo what we began. You're the memory that always stands, and I'll always have honey on my hands. We were just two hearts in the quiet, trying to find where we belong. But in your eyes I saw a riot, a galaxy wrapped in a song. You reached for me with gentle hands, like you already knew the plan. And when our palms touched in the dark, the sky lit up like sparks. We didn't need a map or signs, the stars had drawn our lines. And every breath we dared to take felt like the whole world wide awake. There were stars between our fingers, like the night had come to stay. But every path we dared to take felt like the whole world wide awake. There were stars between our fingers, like the night had come to stay. Every touch a constellation, burning all the fear away. No gravity could pull us under, we were floating in the wonder. You and I, just dreamers, with stars between our fingers. We never spoke of forever, but it echoed through our skin, like the universe remembered every place that we had been. You held me like a promise kept, and I fell with every step. Even silence felt like grace when I saw the stars on your face. They tried to say love fades with time, but they never touched your light. 'Cause when the world would start to fall, you were my night sky through it all. There were stars between our fingers, lighting paths we couldn't see. Every moment burned like fire, but it felt like flying free. No fear, no need to wonder, we were lost but lost together. You and I, just believers, with stars between our fingers. And maybe someday we'll look back from separate skies on separate tracks, but I'll still feel your hand in mine when I reach for the divine. There'll be stars between our fingers, even when the night is gone. Love like this, it doesn't vanish, it just finds a brighter dawn. So if you ever feel the shimmer, know I'm there, soft and tender. You and I, forever dreamers, with stars between our fingers.
Love someone you love someone else.
Your touch is a whisper on fire, a dance in the dark, pulling me higher. We move like a dream in disguise, two strangers lost in each other's eyes.
No need to speak, your soul knows mine. We're writing stories between the lines. Every breath, a silent vow. I never knew love till now.
When velvet hearts collide, it's thunder wrapped in satin skies. Soft and wild, a fearless ride, a storm of stars we can't deny. No turning back tonight. We're burning slow but bright inside. In this sweet electric tide, let go and let our velvet hearts collide. You're the calm and the spark, the light that flickers in the dark. Every kiss, a perfect war. I lose myself, but I want more. Trace your name along my skin, and that's the place where love begins. Hearts don't lie, they beat so true. Every rhythm leads to you. When velvet hearts collide, it's thunder wrapped in satin skies. Soft and wild, a fearless ride, a storm of stars we can't deny. No turning back tonight. We're burning slow but bright inside. In this sweet electric tide, let go and let our velvet hearts collide. Ooh, every moment wraps around us tight, falling deeper in the velvet night. You and me, we're more than fate. This kind of love won't hesitate. When velvet hearts collide, we write time in every sigh. No fear, no need to hide, just your